Hello, welcome to this next game of Dominion. I have never seen Farrier before. I can overpay and get a bunch of cards. Tanuki, I can trash. I can play it for my deck as for my hand, so I can play Tanuki. Can't play it tournament. And then Harsh Winter is brutal. Um, I have seen Harsh Winter before, and it was brutal. Rustic Village is going to activate it probably. Yeah, I see no reason not to just start trashing. So how do we get payload if all of the treasures return to their piles? Um, Farrier tools, enlarge. So enlarging stuff and then salvaging it seems like pretty bad payload. Longship, and this is tough. I'm not seeing a super great outcome because every time you play tools, it. Oh no, Harsh Winter is the one with the dead. Okay, so I guess we get a Farrier. It seems better than nothing. And here we'll just start using the Tanuki to gain force. We can go ahead and gain a Rustic Village for the action. Um, and then look to buy a Rabble. Use that for draw. But I'm somewhat uncertain how we're going to actually... Yeah, I mean, I guess Tools doesn't get around the payload issue. But it lets us gain extra Rabbles and Rustic Villages and stuff, so I might as well gain one of those. So my goal now is to buy a Rabble. It's my primary goal. Normally, I would say we should use Rustic. We should use Rustic Village, discarding a copper and a state. That would be my rule of thumb to draw one, but not when I have a Tanuki in hand. As always, we should play the Farrier first, of course. I still think Enlarge is going to be good here with all the tools gains. So probably we want to get one Enlarge, although it's possible that if I gain an Enlarge first, my opponent, or I can gain one off of that. Okay, I will discard two here to draw through the deck. And we'll just go ahead and add another village, perhaps, and another tools. Is it time to get an artist? Not quite time to get the artist yet, I don't think, but we're going to want quite a few villages here. And maybe we just get one silver. How are we trashing our coppers is the issue. Enlarge is, we could trash stuff into Farrier, I guess, which Tanuki can do. Just one more village, and not really want to have too much. I think we need a silver just to get that 5 price point. Yeah, this is a very sad tools hand. Unfortunately, I drew tools outside of all of my other money. There's some world where you want an alley can do something about this, and neither of us have any of the things. So I guess I will get one more Farrier and just overpay. So we get a good turn next turn. See what they buy with 6. Do they go for a gold? Do they go for a tools and an artist? Yeah, I mean, I guess artist is the best case scenario for tools, huh? I'm gonna overpay one. Artist is the best case scenario for tools, and I do need to get one artist so I can gain it back with tools, and then I should be able to draw quite a few cards. An alley is also really good because I'm always gonna have an alley in play, one alley in play for the artist. So need to pick up an alley, need to pick up a Rabble, need to pick up an artist, and should be able to do some of those things this turn. Okay, and Harsh Winter goes into effect this turn. I have to watch out for that. So that's the thing I need to watch out for is I'm going to Harsh Winter myself. But I guess, yeah, that's fine. I don't think I'm going to discard here. I can stop and hit 5 by a Rabble and an artist. Gain another village. Gain 2 more villages. Just really dominate the village pile. Artist doesn't give you village effect, right? Okay, so we're going to end actions here. Tanuki this estate into a village. Play other things. Okay, so here I don't want to gain anything that causes debt to come on. Gain a tools, then I buy a Rabble, and I take on a bunch of debt to buy the artists, but I'm okay with that because I've put debt on all the key piles here. Tanuki now is going to be a lot worse for trashing coppers, just due to the debt stuff. So there might even be a world where one wants to salvage coppers with Salvager. Oh, I don't know about that. It seems so strange to me to salvage coppers. Turn off spectator chat. So they've gotten a gold. This is the second time like I top decked all my stuff and had a pretty bad second shuffle. They probably should buy an artist here, just so the debt is on that pile. Okay, I guess we just pay off our debt and end turn. It was a very sad turn. I have a lot of villages. I wanted to pick up one alley. Maybe I should have done that last turn. Yeah, somehow my opponent doesn't feel like a thinner deck. Maybe the artists are just kicking off for them. And if I find my Rabble or I find my artist, I should be able to have a nice turn. So probably off of this first Rustic village, I'm going to discard 2 coppers just to get through to the deck. Yeah, tools lets you keep gaining stuff even though is Longship worth it? I don't. Maybe one Longship is worth it for the unique or artist. So something I can consider buying here. And then potentially buy one Salvager as well. What? What the heck? I don't understand how this turn went this badly. Do I want to kill my tools? That seemed bad. Okay, well, at least potentially I can kick off here. I should draw a bunch of cards off of Farrier, a bunch of cards off of Artist, and hopefully find a village. I'll be very upset if I don't find a village this turn. And they're already doing trash for province stuff. Yeah, somehow they're just like kicking off every turn. I don't know what they did at the beginning differently than me. They had a 5-2. Salvager. Farrier. They're just like completely kicking off every turn. I feel like I've had a couple of really, really bad draws where the top half of my actions were there. This draw could be really bad, depending on, but it isn't, so that's good. Don't do that. So now we play the Rabble. Do we want to kill the silver into Salvager, for example? I don't think so. I'll just draw the Tanuki. And he will play the artist. Play a couple villages. I did want that Longship. Should I go ahead and take it? So I play this Tanuki and trash a silver to gain a Longship. And then my other silver is going to gain a what? My other tools is going to gain an artist, so I'm going to gain an artist and a Rabble probably. And a Longship. And then just pay off my debt. That's pretty bad. I guess I just gained 2 artists. And then leave it there and feel like I'm quite a bit behind. But Uh, the one alley was something I never picked up that I should have. It just gives me another unique for artist, but I did bottom deck the artist as soon as I bought it. I don't know. I thought I had a good start here, and clearly, I just quickly fell behind to what my opponent's doing. So they opened Salvager Farrier with the overdraw. Got a Tanuki, got an alley, got a village. They're drawing with Farrier quite a bit. This turn 6, they had a huge turn. And my turn 6 was really sad, and I had a bottom deck the tools, right? So I think just that, like that one turn where my tools was a complete brick, really cost me some speed here. See what they buy. They gain a gold. Yeah, I just don't have any golds for payload, so I'm pretty far behind. Probably will resign here imminently. Okay, we did find a Rabble, and then the artist draws a bunch. The artist draws a bunch. The artist draws a bunch. Longship. Farrier. Okay, so do I want to trash Rustic Village into gold? Do I want to trash something into Salvager? So I just salvage a bunch of stuff and get payload that way. What am I salvaging? I'm salvaging Rustic Village into gold. That doesn't seem super useful, but I'm not really sure how I win otherwise. Can I trash a copper into something? Let's go ahead and draw the last 2 coppers. Just ponder here. In this state, there's dead on every pile. So just go ahead and trash this into a salvager. Put dead on that pile. We'll gain a longship. And we'll gain another longship. And then buy a gold and feel pretty upset about that chain of events. Is there something else expensive that we can buy that does something better? I don't think so. Guess we just buy a gold. And yeah, I assume my opponent's going to kick off here and they're going to be 2 turns ahead. Yeah, okay. We shall resign. Well played by my opponent. They got out ahead of me. And we shall play them another one.